final event for me for 2023 was Verint Analyst Days, held in Scottsdale, Arizona. CEO Dan Bodner kicked things off with an executive overview. We also heard from other executives about their strategy moving into 2024, including a lot of conversation around bots. We also got to hear from customers, which is always interesting. And most importantly, we got to spend some time kind of in between sessions and after sessions to have deeper conversations and learn even more.
Well, good morning from Arizona. I'm here for Verint Analyst Days 2023. It's been an amazing couple days with the Verint team learning about their strategies. And I wanted to share my 3 takeaways from this year's event. It'll be no surprise that my first takeaway has to do with AI. Verint's approach to AI is a little bit different than some of their competitors. They're really focusing on this idea of a workforce of bots that are supplementing, a human workforce. So each bot has a very specific task that they've been programmed to do, and they kind of are developing them to exist throughout the entire CX ecosystem. One of the bots they've talked a lot about is a containment bot that can figure out intents and can help with kind of a self-service task. But they have several others that make agents' jobs easier, that help transfers go smoother, and for every kind of task they're developing a bot. And I think this is an interesting approach because it allows organizations that may only want a few specific things initially, they can kind of just engage with those bots and pay for those bots without having to get the entire portfolio of all of their AI. And then obviously they can grow over time. So we'll be tracking this strategy going forward, but it's certainly an interesting approach. They also have the cute little graphics of these really cool robots to help with their marketing, and I think it's pretty cool. My second takeaway has to do with openness. They're really committed to this approach of you can buy their whole suite, obviously, or just a part of it. So for an example, they are selling a CCaaS solution. So if you need that, they can provide that. If you want someone else's, they can integrate with that. If you have a premise system, they can integrate with that. So they're kind of not requiring folks to buy a whole suite or move everything to the cloud. They can kind of start where they are today, implement the bots and the technology that Verint has that they need without having to do wholesale changes. So I think this is a good approach for companies that aren't able to move to the cloud, for example, or are stuck with kind of disparate systems. They're able to kind of pull all of that data together and serve it up to their AI as well as other things. So I really like that kind of open approach, and I think it's going to be very successful. My third takeaway has to do with kind of the industry itself, and certainly the technology we've seen today is exciting, and not just because it's AI and because that's the cool thing, but because it's actually helping to solve real world problems. It's actually helping organizations provide better service to their customers, and I've seen this trend throughout this entire year of going to more than a dozen events across the world, that technology is finally getting to a point where it's useful, if I can say that. A lot of the innovation we've seen has been good, and it helped organizations be more efficient, but a lot of times it didn't trickle down to actually giving customers a better experience. A lot of the stuff that I'm seeing here this week at Verint, and I've seen at other conferences, actually does address real world problems. At the end of the day, we want to provide better service to customers. As customers, we want better service, and I'm excited to see what's being developed today, as well as what we're going to see going into 2024. Thanks so much for watching my videos, y'all. I've had a blast this year. I've got some more content on the way, so stay tuned, and we'll see you next time on Convergence.